Back to my channel. My name is Brittney Bundles, and today's video is going to be all about content marketing according to Shopify. So if you are new to this channel, on this channel I like to focus on business content. I do have a variety of different videos. I have vlogs, I have my podcast where I interview other entrepreneurs. I have also some how-to videos. I mean, just a lot of stuff. I have over 1,000 videos on this channel. So be sure to subscribe. We have been doing a marketing series that a lot of people have been enjoying, the marketing color psychology video. That video got over 1,000 views in a week. So if you haven't checked out that video, I will link it down below. It's the most popular video in the marketing series thus far, but be sure to check out all of the videos in the marketing series. I will have those linked below as well. Go ahead and subscribe and give the video a thumbs up, and let's get right into it. So I am going to be looking down at my notes for a reference. If you want any of this information, you can get it on the Shopify Help Center. And I'm going to start off where it says, what is content marketing? This has been a term, I don't know if you all have heard it, but it's been circulating around in some blogs and a lot of more vlogs than videos. I've seen more blogs, than videos about content marketing. So according to Shopify, content marketing is using content as a vehicle to build trust with your audience instead of trying to persuade them to buy from you with advertising tactics. Content marketing puts your company's expertise to work in service of your customer. By creating content with a unique perspective and expertise they can't get anywhere else, you build long-term customer relationships. While the official CMI definition is a mouthful, essentially content marketing isn't about selling a product, it's about educating or entertaining your audience throughout your content. Content marketing allows you to connect with potential customers and current customers at every step of their journey. Here's how it works. So to reach people where they are, a brand might share engaging brand content on social media platforms like Instagram and Facebook, distribute videos on platforms where people watch videos like TikTok and YouTube, and publish web content optimized to appear at the top of search results. So this is a cool concept because so often as entrepreneurs, we get so focused on our goals. And a lot of times our goals include reaching more people, retaining more customers, adding more customers and clients, and also selling more, right? We're increasing our revenue and our earning. And so with that being said, sometimes we as entrepreneurs, I'm saying we too, I'm an entrepreneur and I do this too, we find ourselves sending out a lot more marketing content, or mostly all of our marketing content at one point or the other is really just like a salesy pitch, you know, talking about different products that we have and different price points and promotions that our customers can get them at. And that's not necessarily wrong, but it's more strategic if you're looking at building at long-term relationships with your customers and clients to build a relationship and to sell on the value. I mentioned this in the last marketing video, how I rarely sell on the price, because when you're always offering something, when you're always pitching something, it starts to position you in that customer's minds as just someone looking to get their money, right? Now they may purchase and they may want what you're offering, but it doesn't build that relationship aspect that's going to continuously keep them coming back necessarily. If you sell strictly on the price, then it's going to be very hard to retain customers down the line, because there's no guarantee that you're going to be able to remain the cheapest. And so if you get yourself in a position where you're constantly sending out marketing material, talking about the price point and talking about the discount that you're offering, when someone else is offering the same product or the similar service to you, if you haven't set yourself aside from your competitors based on the value that you provide, then it's likely that your customers are going to jump ship and go where it's cheaper, because you've attracted all price point customers, not customers that know your business, know your brand, know your journey, not customers that resonate with your value, that appreciate your value, but customers that are strictly driven on price. And that's dangerous to build your business on customers just like that. So I do want to touch base and go back to the official CMI definition. Contentmarketinginstitute.com is where it takes me once I click on that. I want to see what it says for the actual content marketing definition. So content marketing is a strategic marketing approach focused on creating and distributing valuable, relevant, and consistent content to attract and retain a clearly defined audience, and ultimately to drive profitable customer action. Okay. All right. So it says to offer value throughout the buying cycle, a brand might produce high quality content to educate people about something they want to learn. Create content that simply delights people while reinforcing your brand values, and use your own data and resources to give people insight into themselves. So I agree with all of these points. Producing high quality content. So I mentioned this too in another marketing video. I'm someone that's more, I enjoy creating content, sharing information more than I do creating the aesthetic of the content, right? Like even the background that I did today, this is different from my normal filming style because I just love getting the information out. And like I said, I'm not the best person with decor. I'm not the best when it comes to, you know, matching up certain colors. I'm not the best when it comes to decorating, and it's probably because I don't enjoy it. Like I do it, but I don't enjoy doing it as much as I used to when I was younger. And so what I've learned is that people are going to gravitate more toward what looks more appealing to them. And so you may have a great message, you may have a lot of value in the service or the products that you're offering, but if you're like me and if you're not taking the time to really curate exciting or professional, high resolution definition thumbnails, if you're creating videos, for an example, for your business, or different images on Canva, if you're not taking the time to do that, your images and your videos may get passed over. I know that from firsthand experience. I have 1,000 videos on my YouTube channel, and not all videos get a lot of views. And part of the reason why, besides the algorithm, besides all of that, is because of the thumbnails. Now, I have been working on perfecting my thumbnails a lot more than I used to, because some of my videos back in the day didn't even have thumbnails. I would just let YouTube pick a thumbnail. Sometimes the thumbnail would catch me with my face, like sometimes I'll be like, you know, it would just be different freeze points. But all I cared about is getting the information out. And the people that did watch it, I got good feedback from. They were like, thank you so much for sharing this information with us. But a lot of people didn't see it because it wasn't appealing. And so keep that in mind when you are creating different how-to videos, when you are sharing your journey with your business. And by the way, or journey about your business with your potential customers and clients. And by the way, people enjoy learning about your journey. I hear so many people, especially when I'm doing mentoring, business consultations, that talk about how they're not ready to start creating YouTube videos for their business. They're not ready to start doing reels. They're not ready. And they're not ready because they feel like they haven't gotten to the point of success in their business. And I want to just remind you all that business is a journey. So even if you reach what you are thinking success is right now, in 5 years from now, you may have an even higher or different goal. You may have even, pivoted your business idea. So people like the ability to stay connected with you, stay connected with your brand, and follow what you're doing. That's the beauty of business. And people feel more connected and more comfortable purchasing with someone that they know something about, or a business that they know something about. And so it would be to your benefit to share the journey. Now, you don't have to share every single detail with your business. You don't have to share every single detail about your life, but being transparent and putting some of that content out there consistently, instead of always putting the content out there that is selling, just blatantly selling, is going to attract more people and make more people feel like they have a relationship with you and they're getting something from it. Also, people like to figure out like what's in it for them. That's in every aspect of life, right? If you have even students in school, they're going to want to know, well, what's in it for me? I remember being in my psychology class and my teacher talking to me about an internship. And I was so excited to start the internship, but I wanted to know specifically, well, what is in it for me? Like, how is this going to impact me? I want you to break it down. I want to see the benefits of doing this. I want to see how many hours I need to put in. I want to see what credits, how the credit is going to be, or how the credits are going to be worked up, and can they be transferred? I wanted to know all of this information. Same as when I'm working a job. Like, there have been times that I've worked certain sales jobs. I've been in sales since I was 19 years old. And I would start working and I would want to know exactly, you're telling me to sell this and sell that, and it's going to help the company, but what's in it for me? Like, how am I going to? So a lot of companies and businesses, they talk about what's in it for that customer, what they can do for that customer. So if you are providing valuable information for people to continuously come back and they find value in what you're doing, that's going to continue to build your community of resources and your following. And it's not, when I look at building following, I don't look at just the numbers, right? Like I look at the numbers, but I'm not a strictly numbers person. I've been saying this for years because numbers can be deceiving. You can have, which I have, I've mentored certain entrepreneurs that have a great presence on social media. It looks like they're making a lot of sales, but I am also a Shopify partner. So when I log into their Shopify store, I can see the sales that they're not getting. And I can see the amount of traffic that they are getting, but the traffic isn't correlating with the sales. And so a lot of times people will follow, people may even click the like button if you're trending, but if there's no value for them there, they're not going to necessarily purchase. There are some people that will purchase just because other people purchased or just because they want to try something out. But for the majority of people, they're going to want to know exactly what's in it for me. So keep that in mind when you are creating your content and you may be wondering to yourself, why am I doing this? Like, I'm not pitching a sale, I'm not talking about a product, but you're helping to grow your audience. And it's not just about numbers, but it's actually people that are interested in what you're offering. So I don't get too wrapped up in I have X amount of followers or X amount of followers. I get more pleasure off of knowing that the amount of people that are here are people that are thoroughly interested in what I'm offering. Because if you're not interested, you know, what's the point? What's the point of having 1 million subscribers or 1 million followers when only a handful of them are interested? Same with YouTube. In my channel, people will subscribe, but not all people will watch the video. So I'm focused on the people that are interested in what it is I'm offering. So sometimes it's better to have a smaller community if that community is completely for you and your business than to have a huge community full of people that really aren't interested in what you're offering. It makes it a lot harder to get to those that target audience. And that's why I talk about that so frequently, making sure that you're marketing to your target audience, because so often we get caught up in just marketing and advertising to everyone. And in doing so, we're not spending as much quality time with our target audience. It's kind of like having a huge classroom with a lot of students. You can still get the message out. You can still teach the same material, the same content, the same value. But when you have like 10 people in a class versus 300, those 10 people are going to get more valuable information in one-on-one time and more in a better chance at building that relationship of trust with you than you would have if you had a class of 300, just as an example. So the next point that they outline is understanding content types. So the good news and the bad news is there isn't a strict template for success in content marketing. Every company can create a content plan that fits their audience and marketing strengths. Let's start by defining some common content marketing elements. So online content and content marketing, online content refers to any information shared digitally through written, audio, or visual mediums. Online content includes content distributed through social media platforms, your website, email, and other digital channels. They also go over blog content. I'm not going to read everything verbatim because I think a lot of us know what online content consists of, blog content. B2B content marketing refers to creating content that appeals to a person going about the course of their work. It is produced by companies that sell products or services to other companies and is used to increase brand awareness, traffic, leads, and sales. Due to the longer buying cycles and high purchase prices, B2B content often focuses on high value assets and interactions. The perceived value of these assets allows you to gate them or require people provide their contact details to access them. One way to demonstrate organizational expertise is by publishing research reports, ebooks, or other long-form content. This is especially effective if you have proprietary research or employ industry experts. If your data is interesting, other media outlets or businesses might link to it, giving you free media coverage. So it goes on about B2, and then it goes into actually B2C content marketing. So what I can say is I wanted to touch on ebooks. So I created an ebook a few years ago during the pandemic when I wasn't able to sell my hair extensions like I typically was able to because a lot of the shipping was stopped. And so because we couldn't get a lot of products in or out, I had to think of another way to be able to earn more income and still be able to give back and have a what's in it for me for my audience. And so a lot of people that followed me and that still follow me were interested in creating their own hair business. And so I created an ebook explaining exactly how to do that, starting with drop shipping and upscaling your hair business to eventually buying in bulk or purchasing wholesale where the bigger profit lies. And so if you are looking at also selling more products, I would recommend incorporating an ebook. Now, when you are marketing and giving out this information, not all of your literature has to be free. And I think that's a part that a lot of people forget. They're like, well, I'm doing all this marketing, I'm sharing all this information, and I'm not getting anything back from it. You are getting the opportunity to build a close-knit community and also your consistent client base, like your target audience. You're giving them a reason to come back and to continue to focus more on what you're offering and what you're doing and the tips that you're providing, which will give you more leverage when you are going to send out your emails, pitching certain products and sales and promotions. I don't think that you should stick to one marketing strategy all the time. I think you should do a mix, because you do have a mix of people within your target audience. So one week it may be very advantageous to do focus more on content marketing. The next week, you may want to highlight a certain promotion that you're doing. The next week, you may want to showcase a video or promotion, a testimonial, customer testimonial. The next week, you may want to highlight a product that you're selling in the form of content marketing. You know, it's still in that group, like an ebook or an access to your Patreon for your business or for yourself. If you're allowing people to follow your business journey where they pay in to be able to get more insight and more information. So there's a lot of different ways that you can be creative to actually profit off of the information and the content that you're putting out as well. Even though you're marketing to get more sales and marketing to reach more people that are in your target audience and in your niche, you can still, like I said before, monetize off of those marketing strategies. And they also go over e-commerce content marketing. And this focuses on using digital channels to drive online sales. The content marketing is mostly digital. An online wine club might produce a taste profile assessment and recipes paired with specific wine types. A gluten-free baking mix e-commerce site might have a YouTube channel dedicated to entertaining and cooking. They also go over interactive content marketing. So content marketing isn't limited to content that's consumed passively by your audience. It can also include interactive content that's co-created with them. So you can create interactive quizzes or downloadable materials consumers can fill out. In return, you provide them with content tailored to their responses. And as other high value content, you may require an email address in exchange for access to the content, which I think is a great idea. I've never tried that particular method. I mean, I do ask for email addresses. In return, I unleash certain pages on my keepingupwithbrittney.com website. If you are a member, you get, like I said before, access to certain private pages and you get access to more content. However, I've never done like a downloadable quiz or like a form where people fill out the assessment or fill out the survey and then they get an email or get information sent to them specific to what they're interested in. I think that is something I may incorporate. That's something that's really, really interesting. And they also go through podcast content marketing, which I have done, I still do. Creating a podcast, it's really great for your business. It helps to reach a broader audience. And then it also helps you to be able to pair other people's experience with what you're talking about. So I talk about business, I talk about my experience and my journey, but on my podcast, it broadens up another element because we get to hear other people's experiences and their journey and what worked well for them and, you know, just different tips on that. And also if I want to monetize my podcast, by saying, you know, if anyone wants to be a guest, there's a charge or a fee to be on the podcast, which I do. If anyone wants their products or services promoted, there's a fee for that. And then also it gives me an opportunity to share information on another platform as to what I'm doing. So if I'm doing a sale, I can start promoting that sale, not just on my YouTube channel, not just on my Instagram, but also on the podcast. So that is something to consider as well. If you have not done a business podcast yet, maybe creating a podcast and talking about what it is your business does, and then even broadening the scope, because after you make a couple videos, you're gonna, you know, you may find yourself like, dang, I've talked about really everything that has to do with this particular topic. You may want to just broaden the scope and talk about business in general. You know, that's what I've done. You may want to talk about your marketing strategies in general. You may want to talk about how creating an ebook went for you in general. They also go over infographics. So these are visual, it's a visual medium for breaking down complex information. They're meant to be enlightening and shareable. They can distill written like a report or video content like an explainer video to repackage that content for a new audience or channel. For example, a research report for doctors on the top headache triggers could be turned into a visually striking infographic for customers. This content type is often reshared by your audience across different media outlets, further cementing your brand's expertise. They go over video content marketing, social media marketing, viral content marketing, and brand content. Which, I mean, I think we pretty much know what social media marketing and video content marketing is. If you do want a more in-depth video on those two topics, be sure to leave a comment and I can create a video for those topics separately. But all in all, I think it's really cool to bring different marketing aspects and different ideas to this channel, just to give you all some ideas and some inspiration on what could work for you. I think sometimes it's great to get outside of our box. Not being too routine can definitely help to grow our business. We want to be consistent, but we don't necessarily want to be predictable in every aspect. A little bit of spontaneous action with your business can definitely be helpful. You do want your audience to know what to expect in terms of your consistency and your quality, the customer service they're going to receive, how much you care for them, the relationship that you all have built, and the integrity of your business. But as far as what type of marketing strategies you're going to come out with, I think it's really good to try a couple different ones, more than a couple, go for it. Try a lot of different marketing strategies and see which ones work, see which ones didn't work. And then also it's important to consider the timing that you're trying your marketing strategies, because what works well for like a back to school season may not work well for like Christmas. So you want to make sure that you're very strategic on how you structure your marketing. Again, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I am going to have my prior marketing videos down below for the marketing series. I'll also have the color psychology marketing video down below. That was it is still the most popular marketing video in this series thus far. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to give this video a big thumbs up and I will talk to you on the next video. Bye.